Special meeting come to order. We'll go straight to the first item on the agenda, which is the second reading and public hearing of the Beckley Vape Smoke Shop. No public comments in this. Maybe I should have said it. Yeah, this is a special meeting. It's not like a regular city council meeting, so there's no public comments whatsoever.
There'll be a public hearing.
All right, I'll start over. First item on the agenda is the second reading and public hearing on Beckley Vape Smoke Shop Ordinance regulating location and operating requirements. Mr. Fowle, you want to touch on this more?
Yes, I'd be glad to. Tonight is, or this evening, is the second reading of an ordinance that was read for the first time on August the 5th. Tonight is the second, as I stated, and once I read it by title, we will have a public hearing. If anybody in the audience desires to speak on it, they're certainly entitled to, either in favor of or in opposition to the ordinance. Basically what this does, this is an ordinance that regulates the location of vape smoke shops, and it also regulates signage for these vape smoke shops. So what I'll do is read this by title. I will state that the vape smoke shops will have to be located in zones that are a B2 zone, and it also comes with having to do a request from the Board of Zoning Appeals for a conditional use. The Board of Zoning Appeals then would make the decision whether or not the conditional use would be permitted. The ordinance is titled the City of Beckley Vape Smoke Shop Location and Operating Requirements Ordinance, and at this time I will open a public hearing and ask if anybody in the audience has any comments either in favor of or in opposition to this ordinance. Yes, ma'am. If you please identify yourself.
Sure. Kelly Gano, Director of Raleigh County United for Prevention. I've talked to all of you, really appreciate, you can't hear me? That's a first. Okay. My name is Kelly Gano, Director of Raleigh County United for Prevention. I talked to each of you at different times about this. As an organization, we would urge the passage of this. It protects our youth, it protects our community, and you guys holding a special session really communicates to the community how you prioritize public health. So I'm really appreciative of that, but I would urge passage.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Ms. West.
I like what's been done because our children need to be knowing that they can't join in everything that goes on. You have children with health issues, but if children are allowed to keep buying these things, they're going to be sharing it with each other. And we don't need that. So we need for our children to learn the positive things. We have enough negative stuff here in Beckley right now. Every time I turn around, I'm looking at a vape shop like I'm looking at a gambling parlor. So we got too many of those things. We got more places to eat and sleep than to learn and children to have fun. So if you all can do what you're doing, that's beautiful. Continue on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any comments? Yes, sir.
My name's Chris Crookshanks. I live over on Westwood. I encourage passage for this. Ms. West, you hit it right on the head. Government and policy are made for us to figure out what direction we want to go as a community. This kind of policy prioritizes kids, prioritizes positivity in our community, prioritizes learning, prioritizes the health of kids, and prioritizes a lot of our public service people, our healthcare providers. Something like this is going to have a lot of impacts that may not be immediately apparent, but they're all going to be positive for the community and give us a lot more opportunity that we need right now. So I appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else have comments tonight, either in favor? Yes, sir.
I'm Father Leonard Smith, the pastor of St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church and the school. And, we just had another vape shop open on the corner of Robert C. Byrd and 4th Avenue, which I'm pretty sure is less than 1,500 feet from both our church and our school, St. Francis School, pretty close to Park Middle as well. And so I just urge passing of these restrictions because it just contributes to the difficulties that we have in that South Oakwood Avenue neighborhood has a lot of challenges, and this doesn't help having more businesses like that going in. So I thank you, and I urge passage of it.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else tonight have any comments in favor of or in opposition? There appear to be no further comments. I will close the public hearing, turn this back to the mayor. Mayor is ready for action on the second reading.
With that, may I have a motion to approve the ordinance as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or
Okay, I got one question.
Comment?
Once it's already open, like the pastor said, that's now close to the Salvation Army. I mean, if they already established,
are they grandfathered in?
If they are already established, yes, they are entitled to remain. If they stop being used as such for a period of 30 days, they will lose their right to do so.
okay,
But they are entitled right now
Okay,
to
great.
continue.
Good question. Anybody else? Anything else? Okay, all those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, motion's approved. Thank you, council. Next up is the second reading of public hearing on ordinance authorizing City of Beckley to convey revert real estate 2.204 acre portion of parcel 14, tax map 50, State Board of Controls, deed book 99, page 275, located on Eisenhower Drive, City of Beckley District. Revert back to West Virginia, DHHR, an agency of the state of West Virginia or its successor in interest.
he's playing bingo.
That's a mouthful. Mr. Fowle, take over, please.
Yes, sir, I'll be glad to. This is second reading, as was the last ordinance we considered. This is the second reading. The first reading was passed on August the 5th. Once I read the title, I will open it for public hearings. Anyone that wishes to be heard can speak either in favor of or in opposition to this ordinance. This is an ordinance that was drafted that, if passed tonight, authorizes the city to revert or transfer back to the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources property that had been used basically it was a homeless shelter. And it's property that, as stated previously, contains 2.204 acres, and this will, once passed, automatically be deeded back as was required by the last deed. We have stopped using this property for a public purpose. Once we stopped using it, which occurred approximately July the 1st, then the deed that conveyed it to the city instructed the city basically to revert it back to the state. So this ordinance is titled, as read earlier, but I will read once again, an ordinance authorizing the City of Beckley to convey to the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources a 2.204 acre tract of real estate being a portion of parcel 14, tax map 50, State Board of Controls, deed book 99, page 275, located on Eisenhower Drive in Beckley, West Virginia, Raleigh County, or West Virginia. The public hearing is now open. Does anyone wish to be heard on this? Appearing to be no comments, I will close the public hearing and turn it back to the mayor. Mayor?
May I have a motion to approve the ordinance as presented?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Go ahead,
Yes,
Janine.
Mayor, I do have a question. I guess, I don't know who this is for, but has someone been contacted at DHHR? And just, can you give some feedback of what they are,
Has there been any contact or
what they are saying or anything?
We have not been in contact with DHHR regarding this particular transaction.
Okay,
This is being done based simply on what was in the deed that conveyed the property to the city.
right,
So, no,
okay,
they will be contacted and
all
Do
they
right.
you think they're
will
even
receive
aware?
Yeah, they aware that we are,
Probably
I
not.
don't know if they are not. We
So
have
probably
not
not.
worked with them regarding this. We simply are following what is required by the deed.
by the deed?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Anybody else? So if this would pass, would somebody from our office contact somebody? at
Oh,
DHS?
absolutely.
Okay, so we're just doing.
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
good
this is simply authorizing the city to
Very good.
execute a deed. There will be a deed, there will be contact, and we will make a smooth transition of title to the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources.
deal. Very good. Any other questions? All right, with that, all in favor of approval, say aye. If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, motion is approved. Thank you, council. Next is the first reading of ordinance amending City of Beckley Code, Chapter 2, Section 2-204, the order of proceedings at regular meetings. Copy of proposed ordinance is available to review at City Hall, 409 South Canal Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Mr. Fowle, you want to
Yes,
talk
sir.
more about this again?
I'd be glad to briefly discuss this. This is an ordinance that will put into our code book the procedures that will be followed, the agenda items in the order they'll be dealt with in future council meetings. This basically represents what we have done for the last 3 council meetings. We have experimented to see if this works best.
Okay.
Primarily what we've done is move the public comments to the beginning of the meeting, which permits the public to be heard on items that are going to be determined by council that evening, instead of waiting until after the fact and then having the public listen to or make their comments. It also assists the public in that if members of the public want to come and address council, they do not have to sit through an entire meeting in order to be heard by council. They're certainly entitled to speak at the beginning of the meeting, and then if they choose, they can leave to go about their business. So this, I think, has been well received by the public, and certainly I believe council. I don't want to speak for council, but I've had no one complain about the order that we're now going to have these proceedings followed. So this is an ordinance, and basically what it does, and the ordinance states that we'll start with a pledge of allegiance, followed by prayer. Then the mayor will call the meeting to order. Then there will be the reading and approval of minutes, to be followed by public comments. I do want to note that in public comments, we have put the provision that will now regulate how exhibits or papers are to be passed to city council. Instead of having someone walk over to city council, which is not permitted in any public body,
Yeah.
this will require that individual to simply ask the mayor for permission. If the mayor grants permission to have documents passed out, then that individual will hand to the security official, who then will pass out the documents to members sitting here. And it also requires that any documents passed out to council are to be given to the city manager, to the recorder treasurer, to the city attorney. In the past, what we have seen so often, there are documents being passed out that they are not being given to the city manager or the recorder treasurer or the city attorney. So if something's going to be passed out to council, then everyone here will have an opportunity to receive it. So that's all this does. Then once we've had public comments, then that's when you'll have brief comments from the mayor and the city council members, then followed by the enactment of ordinances, the adoption of resolutions, old business, new business, and then potential executive session, then adjournment. So this simply codifies the way we have done it the last 3 meetings. If it's agreeable, I will read by title. Ordinance amending City of Beckley Code, Chapter 2, Section 2-204. This is first reading. If approved tonight by council, we'll have second reading and a public hearing at the meeting next Tuesday night, which will be the 19th of August. So, Mayor, it's ready for you.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the ordinance as presented?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any questions
Yes,
for
but-
Mr. Fowle on this?
On the beginning of this did we do this properly? Did we changed it without letting the public know, or, we agreed on it, or may not agreed on it, but was it done properly? Or should we have put it on the agenda first and then talked about it before we approved it?
It's been on the agenda each time that we have followed the procedure that we have experimented with has been on that week's agenda. It's been posted, it's been followed. Now what we're doing, we're placing it into the code specifically under this code section. We're revising a section that's in there. But yes, there was no surprise to the public. It was on the agenda for each meeting that we have done it in the past. It listed exactly how we were going to conduct that meeting, which is proper.
Okay, I have no problem. I'm
Right.
gonna ask it because I think, I like it myself. But some people say it was been done inappropriately according to the Robert rules and regulations. That before we done that, we should have talked about it
I think it's been handled appropriately. And I think the important thing was, it was always listed on the agenda that was posted, that was provided to the media, so that there was no surprise when someone came into the meeting.
Okay, no problem.
So I think that
Just
was,
verifying it. I have no problem with it.
Very good. Good question. Anybody else have anything?
I do want to say that I wanted to see where public comments were at other city council municipalities. And it's nice to see that other cities like Fairmont, Oak Hill, and Charleston also have a prayer and invocation. And their public comments are as well the beginning of their council meetings.
Right.
So it isn't anything that we're doing that other municipalities are not doing. So that's Charleston, Oak Hill, and Fairmont.
correct. Thank you.
And I talked to Mr. Matkovich at the Ethics Commission, and he said that if we're doing the ordinance, that's what's appropriate. Then we don't have to have a motion at the beginning of every meeting. So what we're doing is what's proper.
Okay, great.
I'll tell you something else I noticed too at the last meeting is we give everybody 3 minutes, and I think if they are going to pass that literature, I think their 3 minutes should start there. I mean, rather than, otherwise they could just take their time and, you know, I just think their 3 minutes should start when they come up here. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but
I do.
anybody got anything else? All right, very well. All those in favor of approving of the ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
If there's anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, it's approved. Thank you, council. Anybody else got anything before we adjourn, real quick? All right, great. With that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Great.
Thank you all.